I'm Ashleigh.
And I'm Brooke.
And you're here with us on A Teachers Who Talk Crime
Podcast.
Guys, these headphones are not it today.
Oh, yeah. I was in that boat a while back.
I'm not into hearing me. Hearing y'all hear me. I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
I think you have a beautiful voice.
I mean, a lot of people have said that, but now that it's like deep in my ears right now, I'm like, I'm not too sure. I don't know what you guys are hearing. I don't know how you guys enjoy this because I am cringing. Ooh.
I can't hear well, with AirPods, you can't, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. I can't wait for mine to be charged because I won't be doing this again.
Yeah.
I will not be doing this again. Nothing.
Wow, we really did that. We really did the bulkiness and the thing and the thing.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think that flu brain is 100% a thing because I don't feel like my brain has occupied at the same capacity since having the flu.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna, dare I say it? Well, I don't know if this is real wood.
Yeah.
I've never had the flu. So I have no idea what you were going through. I've had all the other sicknesses.
You have.
I've had the common cold more times than I've probably been alive. But never the flu. COVID 4 times.
Yeah.
Right? 4 times? 3 or 4? Somewhere around there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But never that. Never that.
It was rough. I felt it coming. Like I was on the couch and I was like, ooh, I'm getting a little achy. Ooh, don't like that. And then within an hour, I was already sweating. And then I would have chills and I had a fever. And it was just like, it just hit me. And then I sweated I put on so many layers going to bed and I don't nap. And by afternoon while I had the flu, I looked at James, I was like, I can't function. I have to go take a nap. I'm dead. And I would put on so many layers, get into the bed, sleep under 4 covers, and just sweat. And I call Mary, and she's like, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, I thought that's literally what they told us to do.
Don't they tell you to sweat it out?
Sweat it out, right.
Right. I mean, you got to make sure you hydrate while you sweat it out. You know, you don't want to
then get the common cold afterwards. But I don't know.
Just be jacked up or something. But
yeah.
Oh, the more you know.
So, but I did it and I kept doing it even after she told me that because I didn't know another solution. And I was like, I'm dying. I am dying.
Mm-hmm. So you were dying. I'm back to wearing my knee brace. I don't know what's happening to me. I feel like just as soon as I hit 34, it was just like all downhill. Check engine lights are on. Help me. Like I'm about to, what's it called? An orthopedic doctor?
Yeah.
I got to go to one of those because did I tell y'all I got knocked over by the wind? Did I tell them?
Yeah, you did. Knocked over by the wind.
Okay. Couldn't remember. Got knocked over by the wind. My ankle was broke. Not broke. I'm tripping. It was sprained. And I just started going back to the gym and I've been going hard in the paint because summer bodies are made in the winter.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will have a summer body. She will. And after yoga today, because I do yoga on Mondays.
I love that.
My knee, which is like.
Isn't yoga supposed to give you some good stretches though?
I did get some good stretches. Then I went to the sauna. I was in the sauna for 20 minutes, sweating out my life.
Yeah.
And I get home and I'm like, this don't feel good. And I looked at it and it looks like bigger than the other. Granted, the girl has fat knees, as I've said numerous times before. The girl has fat knees, okay? But my left knee, she's thickums today. She is real thick. And I'm like, oh wow, I should probably take some ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Or something before I go to bed.
Elevate it.
And elevate and ice. And it's just like, I don't want to go back to that life because I remember how I was for that life. And I was miserable. I was uncomfortable sleeping. And the children have been coming and infiltrating my bed. And I've been waking up with one butt cheek off of my bed.
Love that
every
for you.
time. So I would much rather not have to add elevating and icing my leg tonight, but it looks like
Yes.
that's what we're gonna have to do at the age of 34 years old.
You're gonna have the little what is the balm that you roll on? And, like, you're just gonna have that in your purse from now on.
Icy hot.
The icy hot. Yeah.
Am I gonna be an icy hot
You
girly?
might be. You
I don't
might
wanna be an
be.
icy hot girly. I don't
You
wanna
might
be.
be. Who's got the icy hot, Ashley?
Ah, man, I don't love that for me.
Eesh. You know?
I don't love that for me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but we're here,
We're here. We are.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, we haven't really recorded in a while, so I don't
it's
really
been a long
know.
time.
Yeah, I don't think that there's really much that I need to catch you guys up on. I had the flu, so I was down and out.
Yeah,
Can't really do much when you have the flu.
yeah,
And yeah,
um, and I was blown over by the wind,
there
so
you go. So we'll just go ahead and jump right into our
Estudiante estrella.
this is a new review. So, as always, if you are a new listener, we do a star student,
We sure do.
and we appreciate all the reviews. You can like and subscribe and review us on YouTube. You
Mhm.
can follow our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and leave us
All
a
the
review
places.
on there.
Sure can.
Unfortunately, if you are a Spotify user, it does not let you leave a review. It just lets you leave ratings.
But after every I don't know what it looks like on a Spotify end, I still haven't tried, I don't have Spotify, I'm an Apple girly. Um,
Yeah.
there is, like, Q&As that they have on every episode, and if you are a Spotify user, you can comment your review in that QA section. I would just say title it, like, Estudiante
Right.
Estrella, a review, just so we know to, like, pull it so we have it, in our
Hmm.
back pockets.
Yes,
But that is
absolutely.
an option. Mhm.
And thank you to like everybody who's reached out on Instagram DMs. We've had a lot of new listeners DM us lately. And
Yeah.
after I felt better, I was answering some of you guys. And it's just so like we so appreciate it. Like seriously, so appreciate it. We will answer every DM, obviously. Who
Mhm.
are we to not answer? You guys.
Yeah, we're just
So yeah.
2 teachers talk about crime.
Yep. It's a little bit about our lives.
Mhm. Infiltrated in there.
hmm Today's review is from Ebony Keller.
Okay, Ebony Keller. Hey, girl.
Yes. I went to school with a boy named Keller.
Okay. Shout
That
out
was
to
his
Keller from school.
Yep. And her title is Absolutely Obsessed. Y'all are my teach.
Sure, besties.
Yep. I think that's what it meant to say. And so, of course, it is 5 stars. Yes.
Mhm.
And her review says, love, love, love this podcast. I have literally abandoned my other podcast since listening to Teachers Talk Crime. I was reading interventionist in elementary for 10 years. I was a reading interventionist in elementary for 10 years. Moved to second grade right before the pandemic and am currently a social emotional learning coach within the same
Mm,
district. I
mm,
love how you ladies bring awareness to the importance of taking care of your mental health as well as your emotional well being. Every episode I listen to feels like I'm sitting around with my teacher besties having a good old fashioned rant session with murder and crime sprinkled in for good measure.
mhm.
I dread the day I get current on the TTC episodes as I know it will be like finishing a good book or Netflix series. My husband says I talk about you both like you're my besties, and I tell him, you are. He low key might be jealous. Besties, keep up the great work.
Ebony Keller!
Yes.
Ebony
Love it.
Keller.
You are the second one to say that your husband is angry at us or mad at us. We had
Wow.
another person DM us and it was like, my husband literally hates y'all. And I was like, whoa, can we leave with some more context, please? And she is from Australia. And so she found our podcast and had to try loaded teas, and they're $15 in Australia. And she's been buying them. And her husband's been so mad.
Wow.
I know. I know.
Wow. That is real dedication.
Yeah.
Wow. We really just put y'all onto things.
We do, and then your
Wow.
husbands hate us for it, and that's when we know we're doing something right.
Wow.
Just say it.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
But Ebony Keller, I thank you so much for your review. This gold star's for you. Bing.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, you did say we have a lot of new listeners, so I feel like we should just roll out the socials for them, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
It's been a long
It
time. It's been
has.
a real long time.
It has.
If you guys haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Teachers Talk Crime. Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
Um,
And then personal accounts. I am
mhm.
KB Dozier on Instagram and I am southern.math.teacher on TikTok.
On both platforms, I'm at Branny. That's Brant with
Yep.
I can't even say it. It's
It's
been a
been so
long
long.
time. But that's at Branny with 3 Y's and an underscore.
And don't forget the underscore.
Do not, but I will say I'm in the process of like transitioning from a teacher TikTok to just a human
I love
TikToker.
that for you.
So if you didn't notice on TikTok, I didn't change my username yet because I'm still kind of attached to the branding. I'm just like waiting until I can sever it. But the name at the top, it does say Ashleigh now with a green heart.
And I did
So
notice the cuss word in your most recent TikTok.
I am panicking
And I
still a
was
little
like, ooh,
bit.
slid that in. Okay, I see her.
Just a little bit. I feel like hopefully I'll be all right. Pray for me.
Yeah, I think it's
But
fine.
yeah. Ouch.
I mean, we're human. And at the end of the day, I guess I look at it like this. The ground rules that my principal put into place for me were you cannot use sounds that have cuss words in it if you're filming on school grounds. You
Mhm.
cannot put the school logo in your TikToks,
Uh-huh.
and you cannot have students in your TikToks. And I was like, cool,
Wonderful.
got it.
Wonderful. I feel like I do all of those things and I don't yeah. Mhm.
So, and I
Yeah.
haven't done it since.
Okay.
I feel like an admin should not be mad at teachers for doing TikTok. And I know several teachers go under fire for it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you're going to like disapprove of it as an admin,
Mhm.
then you need to figure out, well, one, I'm not going to stop this person because they can legally have social media as a human being. I cannot
Sure
stop them
can.
from that.
I
But
could see if I was like bashing them like by name
right,
or like doing things like that. Like I'm not a clown. Like I'm
right.
not a fool.
But as admin, I feel like if you want to lay down some ground rules, then that's fine. And I think that the
Yeah.
ground rules that my admin put down were very logical and like reasonable. Like, don't
Oh,
put our school
absolutely.
logo. Okay, cool. Well, I don't like any of our logo shirts anyway, so I don't film on the day I'm wearing that.
Mhm.
Um, don't use sounds that have cuss words if you're at school grounds. Now,
Mhm.
I played one for him and I was in my kitchen or wherever I was and I had a cuss word. And he's like, okay, well, that's fine. You're not at school.
Mhm.
So, I
Mhm.
mean,
And I could, cuz let's be honest, some cuss words are worse than others.
yeah, I agree.
If you say little ass,
Hmm. Yeah,
I don't I don't think ass is bad,
right.
but there's other ones that you hear, you're like, "Oh my gosh," like I don't think I would
Yeah.
ever
Mhm.
do that as an educator
Yeah.
on
Makes
my
you do a
TikTok.
double take.
Yeah, and I don't think I have, now that I'm thinking back on it. I don't think so.
My 8th graders try, like I mean, granted, they are cursing a lot because they're 8th graders and think it's
Mhm.
cool, but you can always tell when they are, like, fresh cussers because they don't make no kinda sense whatsoever. They just string all the words together in
Yep.
one loop. And you're just like, "What?"
It's like that video with the little boy on TikTok whose mom said, like, the bathroom, you could say the cuss words, and I guess
Yes,
he
I
was
saw that
angry.
video,
I was hilarious,
and he
and
was,
I
like,
would
getting creative
also
with how he shot the bird. Mhm.
y
Yup. I was like,
like,
"You go, kid."
I would never give Skylar and Arya that privilege because I feel like they would like, any bathroom to them would be, like, free range, so they'd be at school like, and I no. Granted,
Yeah.
I don't think they really are aware of curse words, even
Mhm.
though Arya did drop one at Urban Air once,
Yeah.
but it was appropriate for the context that she used it and for the situation that we were in. So I
Mhm.
was not upset at her for that. But I was also like, dang,
How you know that?
Why? Yup, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was funny.
Mm, mm.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine, like, cause now, like, one of the New Year's resolutions when they came back were like, I'm gonna, one, your first offense of cursing, you're gonna lose Snack Shack. Second, I'm
Not
calling
the snack
home.
shack.
Third, I'm writing you up because I'm just kind of tired of it. And I think the biggest thing for me is I'm trying to teach them how to code switch. And like, you just got to learn time and place. So now I have a little girl who spells the curse words. And I was like, baby, that don't make it no better.
You're still seeing them, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Appreciate the effort. Appreciate the effort to change, but
But
it's a no.
yeah.
It's an absolute no, sweetheart.
Yeah. She's
Mhm.
like, now we can't even spell them. What is this? I'm like, yeah.
It's literally school. I would have been mortified
Yeah.
if my teacher would have called me cursing in school.
Hmm.
Mortified.
In 8th grade, I walked around with a rubber band on my wrist and I popped all my friends when they cursed. I was that person.
Learn a new
Pop.
thing about you every
Yep.
day.
And now I curse like a sailor.
You know, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I'm definitely a seasoned vet to the curse words,
Mhm.
okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh
Well,
gosh. Good
speaking of
stuff.
bad things to say, let's get into our case.
All right.
All right, so sit down, shut up. The murder is about to begin.
Ahora. Trigger warnings for this episode are domestic violence and murder of a minor. So before I even get into this case, I have to give my flowers to my very good friend Mia because she is the one who gave me this case suggestion. Because I feel like I say this a lot, but your girl has been a procrastinator patty. She is last minute with everything that she involves her life in right now because that is how we handle survivor mode. So I was trying to frantically find this case while I was on the phone with her. And she was just casually like, yeah, so I saw this movie about this case on Lifetime and it was a really cool case and you should do it. And I never heard of the case, which means y'all probably never heard of the case, which
Mm,
y'all like here on Teachers Talk Crime. So, like I said, it was a Lifetime movie that was released in 1996.
we love that. I love old Lifetime. Good old
I
Lifetime.
used to go ham
Loved
for
Lifetime.
Lifetime movies, but they were so corny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some of the acting was so
Oh, yeah.
like,
Mhm.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still kind of like that today, honestly.
I love it.
But we still love a good Lifetime movie.
Mhm.
Shout out to y'all, because
Oh, yeah.
that's why we have y'all here. So at the time the movie came out, I was only 6, so clearly I have not seen it. I still have yet to see it. So now Teachers Talk Crime will be a part of the handful of podcasts that have covered it because I did research to see how many podcasts did it. Not a lot. So
Hmm.
let's get to it.
Okay.
We'll begin today's case on August 23rd, 1991, in Beverly, Massachusetts. 14-year-old Amy Carnevale was staying at her 15-year-old friend Diane Wagger's house. Now, her mom, Cynthia, had just gotten divorced from her second husband, and the two were essentially bouncing around until
Mm.
Cynthia was able to solidify a place for them to live. So Cynthia ended up locating a home for them to live in, and they were set to move in less than 2 weeks. Okay. On this day in August, Amy left Diane's home to go to field hockey practice. Jamie Fuller, Amy's 16-year-old ex boyfriend, popped up at this practice, and I'll get into later why they were no longer together. According to one source, the two were observed having a conversation and getting into an argument. After practice, Amy went back to Diane's house, and this is where she started receiving back to back calls from Jamie. He was ring, 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 ring. He was not
But
leaving
this
her
is a
alone.
landline days, so
Yes. So ring,
yeah.
ring, ring. Like you're not getting on AOL. You're not going to go check your
Right.
chat. You're not going to A/S/L
Mhm.
anybody because the phone is ringing. Okay.
Yeah.
He kept putting pressure on her to meet him in person so they could talk because he was unhappy about their breakup. And he eventually convinced her to meet him by asking her to give him a haircut. And I know some of y'all are like, "A haircut? Like, you are 14. What do
Okay.
you mean?" Well, Amy had dreams of becoming a hairdresser when she grew up. So, in order for her to gain experience and perfect her craft, she would cut the hair of her family and friends. So, this is something normal and not out of
Okay.
the ordinary for her.
All right.
Amy wasn't one to lie, so she told her mom exactly where and what she would be doing. Her mom was fine with the plan, so the two said, see you later, be back for dinner,
Mhm.
and Amy headed to Jamie's house. Unfortunately for Cynthia, this would be the last time that she would see her daughter alive.
Mm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hours went by and Amy never returned home. Amy was a good girl and would notify her family if she was running late or had plans to stay out longer than she intended. So when the time continued to pass without hearing from her, her family began to worry. Her
Mhm.
father, Michael, and stepmom, Laura, contacted the police to notify them that Amy was missing. As we've seen many, 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 many times when minors have gone missing, what do you think they said?
Oh, she ran away,
Yes.
which
She
is
ran
such
away.
such crap.
Mhm.
I do not care if she ran away. She is a minor. You do
Mhm.
not get to say that she ran away and not go
Mhm.
look for her. Like,
Mhm.
literally, your job is to protect and serve.
No, that's right. No, that's right. So, knowing their daughter, her family told the police that running away was completely out of the norm for Amy, and that if she did run away, then why were all of her belongings still where she left them?
Mhm.
Fortunately, police believed what her family was saying to be true and immediately began searching for her. Clearly, it was known that Jamie would have been the last person to see
Mhm.
her before she went missing, so the police went to go speak to him first. According to one source, Jamie told police that he had no idea where Amy was. And the source went on to mention that Jamie was extremely cooperative with the police and even joined the search parties to assist in finding her.
Mm.
Unfortunately, police were left scratching their heads when nothing came up from the searches and they had nothing more to go on until 5 days later. On August 28th, 19-year-old Michael Mallet, a friend of Jamie's, led police to Shoe Pond. He told police that Amy's deceased body could be found at the bottom of the pond and that Jamie was responsible for killing her. Now, before
Dang.
ain't that a twist of events? This man was like, I don't know where she is, officer. I have no idea. Let me help with the searches. You're the one who put her in the bottom of the pond?
Well, I'm just like, kudos to the friend for being like, "You ain't taking me down with you, buddy."
Yeah, because,
'Cause ring, 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 911, I know where she at, and I know
mm-hmm,
who did it.
a double whammy. I'm going to give it all to you
Mhm.
because it wasn't me. So, in typical Ashleigh fashion, I'm going to take you all the way back to the beginning so we can get an idea of what led us to this point.
Mhm.
Amy Elizabeth Carnevale was born on April 13th, 1977, in Danvers, Massachusetts. And I'm not sure if that rings a bell for any of you, but if you take it all the way back to episode 15, this
Ooh.
is the same time that 14-year-old Philip Chisholm strangled, stabbed, and raped his teacher, Colleen Ritzer, in October of 2013. Same town.
Ooh,
Yes.
wow.
I
What they
was
put
like,
in
Danvers. I was like, why do I know
what do
that?
they put in the water over there?
That's what I was thinking. But she was just born there. That's not where,
Okay,
everything
yeah.
happened in Beverly. But it's still, I think,
That's still
if I'm
like
not
2 yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, Danvers and Beverly aren't far from one another. So
Right.
it's just like close
Mm,
enough. Y'all
yeah.
still got the same streams flying through there.
Y'all's waterways are the same.
Yeah, just don't drink it. So if you haven't gotten a chance to listen to that episode, definitely go give it a listen after this one because, you're already started
Mhm.
here. Her mother, Cindy, and her father, Michael, moved Amy and her older brother, Christopher, to Beverly, Massachusetts after she was born. Amy's parents divorced when she was 6 years old. According to one source, Amy was described as sweet and kind. The source goes on to state that she was positive and thoughtful. A direct quote states that Amy was the first to help her friends and the first to see the best in people. Not
Mm.
people, sorry, in everyone. So,
People,
uh,
everyone,
you know, synonyms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. She was extremely popular and was basically friends with everyone. I told you earlier that she played field hockey because she did go to her field hockey practice, but she was
Mhm.
also a cheerleader during her time in middle school and had already been selected to cheer for the high school, which was a pretty big deal because this
Oh,
would be
yeah.
her first year going into high school. So
Oh, yeah.
to make the team,
Oh, yeah.
she is rah
100%.
rah shishka bobbing. So
Yeah, you definitely wanna
yeah.
make the high school team.
hmm I always wanted to be a cheerleader, but I knew I couldn't do it.
I never wanted to be a cheerleader.
I just wanted to be like, yeah.
Mm.
I just wanted to try it.
I didn't like how much time it would take up. I was like, "Yeah, I'm probably not gonna go to all those basketball games."
Yeah, and they go hard.
Yeah.
They go hard.
Yep. And they go to
Mhm.
all the football games.
Everything.
And it's I no.
And they had all the outfits and all the makeup, and
Yeah.
as y'all know, I'm still not privy with the makeup. When I do it, it's very
It
few.
did not appeal to me.
So it would just not. I just feel like the popularity, I was just like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I'm a
yeah,
cheerleader." I was
yeah.
a tennis player, so
There you go, you're still an athlete. I was a yearbook nerd, so
okay, you better make those yearbook
like, I
pages.
did. I did. I made sure to put the ugliest photos of the people I didn't like.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. There was a girl named Lindsay. I could not stand her, and
Hey, girl.
I would choose the worst pictures of her to put in that yearbook, but she
I'm
equally didn't
crying.
like me, so, like, do not y'all don't think I'm mean girling out there.
But here's the thing. They always tell you like, "Oh, like, don't be mean
Yeah.
to so and so." Don't be mean to the yearbook people because
Let
they
me tell you.
solidify your fate.
Yep. Yep.
Lindsay will always see those pictures to this day
And
in that book.
and be like, "Dang, she really got me on that one."
Like, be
Yep.
cool with your yearbook people if you
Yep.
wanna
Mhm.
if you wanna have your life together.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. Amy loved the outdoors and all things nature. Even though her parents did divorce at a young age, she still had a close relationship with both of her parents. According to one source, she played golf with her father weekly. So,
Dang, she's just
pretty
an
much,
athlete.
when it comes to Amy, she's just an all around
Wow.
great person. She's a great
Yeah.
daughter, a great friend, a great cheerleader, a great field hockeyer. She's just a great lifer,
Yeah.
you know?
She just won life.
She
Yeah.
did. Unfortunately, the same couldn't be said for Jamie.
Mm.
Jamie also lived in Beverly and attended Beverly High School. He was described as having a terrible temper. According to one source, he would frequently lose his temper over the smallest things and would be uncontrollable when he was infuriated. Jamie was also described as being entitled. In his world, it was pretty much his way or the highway. He wanted what he wanted and he was going to have it at that point in time.
Mm.
Okay. Just like Amy, he was popular and considered himself to be a jock. And I'm just like, how were you popular, but you were like literally the
Mean to
worst?
everybody. Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
were you popular because they were scared of you, or like
Probably.
because last time I checked, it's just like
Yeah.
you're not
Probably.
going to be popular if you're mean to me.
I'm not gonna like you.
I won't. I
I don't
don't.
care who you are.
I sure don't.
Mm-mm.
Due to him being entitled, he was a pretty jealous person, and it often showed up in his relationships. It's not really clear how the two of these met because Amy was in middle school, Jamie was in high school. He
Yeah.
was 16, she was 14. If I was to assume, it would have to be like for like they crossed paths with sports or something.
Yeah.
Like with the cheerleading and she was up there and saw him. I don't know. Court documents state that the two dated for 2 years. So that would make Amy 12 years old when she met him.
So he was 14.
He was 14, she was 12 when they first met and like started dating.
Okay.
And I'm still just so perplexed with how they met because they're literal opposites. Like Amy
Yeah.
is nice and kind and sweet and everything wonderful in life. And Jamie
Is just
is not
not a good human. Yeah.
based on, everything I learned. I don't know the boy. He could be wonderful. I don't know. I don't know him. But everything is saying that he's not a wonderful boy.
Mm,
So,
he ain't looking
you
too
know,
wonderful.
it's just like when we get kids and they're like, oh, you need to watch out for Billy
Yeah.
Sue and you need to
Yeah.
watch out. Like, I appreciate you saying that, but like, don't come with me with
Yeah.
preconceived things of these children
Yeah.
because they deserve a clean slate.
They do.
And, and
Yeah.
that's just what it is. So I'm not going to assume, but based on the notes that I'm reading
Yeah.
about Sir Jamie here, he's just,
Well, also, and just what we kinda know about him.
yeah, because, we're here talking about this
Yeah.
case that he,
So,
participated in. So,
I don't really know that you're the best person.
so survey says you might not be
Not a
the
good
greatest.
person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not long after the pair met, a relationship formed between them. It's reported in multiple sources that their relationship had its issues from the start because of his possessive and jealous personality. According to a YouTube video that I watched about this case, Jamie had very strict rules for any girls that he was in a relationship with. He wanted to control what they wore, how she looked, and who she talked to. Amy wasn't even allowed to be friends with any boys.
Mm, it's gross.
Yeah. Like, how you
Yeah.
why are you
How you
why
14 telling a girl that? Like, who are you? Your
like,
voice
don't
hadn't
have
even dropped
any
yet.
right? Like, you still sound like that. Like, you
Yeah.
said mm,
Also, what was the most scandalous thing we were wearing in 1996? Blue
well,
jean
90
miniskirt?
91?
Yeah, but
91?
okay,
Yeah.
what were we wearing in 91? Well, I
Child, I
was
don't
not born yet,
even
so
dang, I was alive, but I was like a little wee little lad, so
I don't think that our clothes were that outlandish though.
I really don't think so. I mean,
To
I would think I feel like crop tops were pretty cool back then, you know?
and the
Is that the
low-rise
time with
jeans.
the like, the things and the neon colors? Is that the right time frame? Am I thinking wrong? That's wrong?
Mm, I don't know. Hmm,
I don't know. Maybe. Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking, like, Saved by the Bell. Like, they
Me
wore
too.
crop tops, you know what I mean? Like, they
Yeah, they
bright
wore
colors, think
leotards. Yeah,
yeah. Ooh, leotards were a thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So, nothing that I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like, if anything,
Right.
today, I'm like, "Oh my gosh.
Me too.
Clutch my pearls."
Yeah, me too.
These kids just look
Like they're wearing lingerie.
older. They look older and older, but they really like 5. Like,
Yup.
it's
Yeah,
scary.
it
It's
is.
scary. I'm keeping Skylar and Arya young forever.
Yeah.
I think Arya has 1 crop top, and then whenever she wears it, I'm like and it's not even like a super crop, it's just like when she raises her arm, her belly's out,
Mhm.
but I'm still just like,
Yeah.
mm-mm, baby, mm-mm.
Mm.
Jamie and Amy were seen constantly fighting outside of school and in social settings. Friends reported seeing Jamie get in Amy's face, grab her arms, and say degrading things to her on purpose just to
Mhm.
embarrass her. He would even go as far as threatening to kill her in the heat of the moment.
And we did this for 2 years and everybody saw it.
Yes.
Okay.
So these behaviors naturally cause friction in the
Mhm.
relationship, which led to them breaking up. However, they wouldn't be broken up for long. So they were in this constant on and off again relationship, okay? Despite them constantly breaking up and getting back together, this did not change Jamie's behavior. One source stated that after 2 years of going through this constant abusive cycle, Amy finally decided that enough was enough and she broke up with him for good. She was like, I'm done. You not it for me. It's a
Yeah.
wrap.
Yeah. You clearly are not changing.
Yes. Obviously, this filled Jamie with so much anger and jealousy because Amy was no longer considered his. In the year before Amy was murdered, both Jamie and Amy dated both like different people, but that caused tension between them. So, like, I guess I don't really know because
He was probably
I'm
doing it to make her jealous and then it wasn't working, and so now that's fueling his fire.
yeah,
Mm.
I could see that, but then it said tension between like them. So I feel like if it wasn't like what is it, a one-sided beef and he's just beefing towards her, like I feel like and then, they clearly still felt some type of way about each other because they're talking on
Yeah.
the like he was able to get her to come out and meet him. So
Mhm.
like I feel like she must have had something still there for him. Maybe
Yeah.
I could be speculating. I'm not speaking facts. This is just what I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I just know when I'm done with somebody, like it's like you never existed. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
but she
I
cared
could.
about him, and she was a good person, so
Yeah. So
she
I'm thinking
probably
that. She was like, all right, let me hear him out, kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Jamie told multiple people, including Amy, that he was going to kill her. A direct quote from court documents state the following. In the months before the killing, he had discussed with his friends ways for the victim to procure an abortion without her having to obtain parental consent, having someone beat Amy so as to cause a miscarriage or having her killed. Now, what confused me is nothing nowhere said that Amy was pregnant.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
why
that's what I
are
was
you coming
wondering
up with this plan to cause her to have a miscarriage
when she
when
ain't got
she
no
wasn't
baby.
even pregnant?
Mm. He's
Like, are you
delusional.
like I couldn't find anything about her being pregnant or possibly being pregnant, like nothing. So
So
I
is this how he's, like, excusing it to his friends though, I guess? Like,
like
let me
maybe like,
set up
oh,
this let me set up this storyline so when something happens to her, like,
yeah, 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 yeah,
they'll
yeah.
think it was
Mhm,
because of
mhm, mhm.
this.
Yeah. Or just like, man, I can't wait for the day she gets pregnant because I'm a da 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 da. I don't.
Right.
That's dumb
I mean,
because
all of it's
again,
dumb.
you are 16.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Not a ton of people marry their high school sweethearts or whatever. It happens 100%,
Yeah.
but y'all not even together,
Or just fly the nest and see what else is out there, Jamie,
you know?
because you
Because you
got some
gotta
soul
go.
searching to do.
You gotta go. It's important to note that the day prior to her murder, Amy went to the beach with some of her friends, and Jamie was reported to be furious about her going. According to court documents, he stated the following after finding out, and excuse my French. I'm getting sick of this. I swear I'm going to kill her. This shit's gotta stop. She won't be around to go out with anyone anymore. I'm going to fucking kill her.
Because she went to the beach?
It was reported that there was either one boy and
Oh
two
my
girls going,
gosh.
or two girls and one boy going.
What is his home life? Because what created this monster?
I
Like,
couldn't really find anything
yeah,
about
I'm just
him.
curious. Like,
I looked to see like, if he was like
you're the
parents
worst.
around.
Right.
Um I know his mom was in the picture cuz I'll mention her a little bit later, but I didn't really see anything about his
Mm,
dad.
well,
So I'm
he's the
not really too
worst.
sure about that. So now that we have all this information, let's go back to Jamie's friend Michael coming forward to the police and Jamie's arrest where we left off. So this is what happened based on Michael and what was said in court. So as we know, Jamie called up Amy multiple times and eventually got her to come and meet him, right? So prior to her arrival, Jamie met with his friend Dominic. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this last name. I'm gonna do my best. Ciola.
Yep.
Dominic Ciola. Okay.
Mhm.
Dominic would later testify in court saying that Jamie said that he was going to kill Amy and asked him to tag along. Flag on the play. If somebody tells me, here's the thing, Dominic, not blaming you, my brother. I'm sure that you
Yeah.
just thought he was hee hee ha ha. Just kidding. But if
Mhm.
someone is like, hey, I'm about to go kill somebody, you want to come? My immediate answer is no, thank you. No,
Have a great
I
night.
will. I will stay home
Yes.
and drink some Olipop and watch TV.
Not gonna have anything to do with this.
Kidding or not, I'm not tying myself to that. It's
Yeah.
a no. It's a no for me. Another friend, Mark Demule, hopefully I said that right, showed up after Dominic, and Jamie also told him what he had told Dominic. So two friends have come. He's like, hey, I'm about to kill somebody. You want to come?
No.
Two.
And
I
they're
don't want to
not,
go.
like, calling each other and be like, "Hey, Jamie said this crazy thing." Like, "Oh, he told me that too. Do you think we should, like, do something? Like, should we call the police?" Like,
And I feel like at this point, because they've constantly heard him talk about killing her,
yeah.
that they're
Yeah.
just like, man, he talk like,
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. Like, he's essentially the boy who cried wolf. Like,
Right.
I'm a killer. I'm a killer. I'm a killer. Sure. Sure, you're going to kill her,
Right.
Jamie.
Well, and he had anger
Sure.
issues, so they're probably just like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he's just
He's just
angry."
angry again. Yeah.
Yeah.
According to court documents, Mark began to taunt Jamie and said he didn't have the balls to kill Amy, to which Jamie responded with, you'll see.
What? Mark, you
You
I
see
don't
what?
I don't
But
like that. First of all, why are we
I don't
taunting each other about that? That's gross. Okay.
I don't know. Jamie, Dominic, and Mark were all present at Jamie's house when Amy arrived. Two more friends, Michael Malliot and Scott Ward, also showed up to Jamie's house. So now there is this group of boys and
And
one female.
Amy.
Yes. So the group
Mm.
left Jamie's home and went to a field. At this point, Jamie and Amy separated from the group. And shortly after the two left, the remainder of the group heard screams. When Jamie returned, he told them it's done.
I okay, so we weren't blaming the friends, and I'm just curious now, like, you guys were there.
You heard the screams.
So why didn't you do anything?
You know, honestly, at this point, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I don't blame these boys. You know, they knew him. They never saw him. I don't want to say they never saw him as violent, but they never saw him escalate to the point where he
Mm,
actually did what he said. He's been
right,
saying, I'm a killer, I'm a killer, I'm a killer, I'm a killer, and never killed her. You
right.
know what I mean? So I feel like now that it's actually happened, they're kind of in shock. Like, he actually did it.
Yeah.
You
Maybe
know what I
so, but
mean?
still, like, Michael didn't come forward for 5 days.
Mhm.
What were you doing for
Yeah.
5 days? Like,
He
that
might
should have
have
been
thought he would have gotten in
oh,
trouble.
mm,
Maybe.
okay.
Like,
Well,
"Oh, well, I was there, like, maybe I will get in trouble,"
hmm,
you know?
yeah.
Mm. Blood was visible on Jamie, and he appeared to have a smirk on his face.
I'm gonna
He
print
showed
that smirk
everyone the
off.
knife that he used and told them that it broke while he was attacking Amy. Mark testified that as they left the field, Jamie told them exactly what he did. And I'm going to be pretty graphic at this point. So I'm going to give you
Mhm,
a trigger warning. If you want to go forward a little bit so you don't want to hear the details, rock out. I'm going to give you like 10 seconds before I go in to get you guys.
mhm.
You know, you might be driving. I'm going to give you a direct quote from Mark states the following. He placed his hand over her mouth and said, I love you. And then he stabbed her in the stomach. And then he got behind her and pushed so that he can feel the point of the knife hit his stomach.
So through her stomach to his.
Yes, ma'am.
So all the way
Yes, ma'am.
through.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if it went all the way through, but he could feel
Right.
the like through. Then he stabbed her in the back and she tried to pull away and she bit his hand and then she screamed. She tried to run and he grabbed her by the hair and pulled her back and covered her mouth again and then cut her throat. When she was
Mm.
on the ground, she kept saying, I love you, Jamie. And she was gargling on her own blood. And he said it pissed him off, so he stomped on her head.
Oh my gosh. And you know she was just like her last words are telling this man or this boy she loved him in an attempt to like
Simmer him down
yes. And
to
like
get him like, Jamie, I love you.
oh
Like, please understand what you're doing. Like, it's
wow.
me. It's Amy. It's me. Like,
Mm,
calm it down. And he
right.
stomped on her head, bro.
Uh-huh. Oh wow. Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
It's a no for me. They headed to Dominic's house after leaving the field. There, Jamie cleaned the blood off of him and then drank some red Kool-Aid, to which he said it was right for the occasion.
Where's the body?
They left it out there. We gon' circle back to that. We are.
Okay.
But right for the occasion,
Mhm.
red Kool-Aid,
Mm-mm.
you clearly have no remorse for what you've done.
No, no,
Not at
no.
all. Afterwards, he took Mark to see the body and then threatened all of his friends that they would be next if they said anything.
And I mean, all they have like to do is believe him. I mean, why would they not believe him? He just did
Because
it.
exactly. Mhm. Later on, Jamie and his friends disposed of Amy's body. According to court documents, they got 2 trash bags, 2 cinder blocks, and a lobster line. After a quick Google search, I learned that a lobster line slash rope is also called nautical rope. It's a marine grade fishing line that is designed to last extreme weather conditions and the roughest waters. Michael and Jamie were the ones who actually threw Amy's weighted body into Shoe Pond. So they like weighted her down with
Weighted her
this
down.
and
Yeah.
mhm,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
then as we know, Jamie lied about knowing where Amy was and even participated in searches for her. Eventually, it was Michael that brought police to where they could locate Amy and told them what happened. When Jamie was arrested, it's reported that he gave a half smirk and chuckled. When he was being questioned by police, he had a calm demeanor and told police that his friends were the ones that killed Amy, not him.
Mm, okay. Well,
Weird.
they have no motive. They also are gonna have the same exact story where all of their
Mhm.
stories line up and yours will be the outlier.
Yep.
So make it
It
make
sure
sense.
will. He can't. He
Mhm.
can't.
Also, he did this at 16 years old, right?
Yes.
Okay.
During his trial, Jamie's defense didn't deny the fact that he killed Amy. Their argument was that Jamie's mental state at the time of the murder may have been compromised due to his steroid and alcohol usage. According to one source, Jamie was skinny in high school and started weightlifting and taking steroids.
Well,
So,
several boys in our class took steroids in high school.
why?
Mm.
Just don't
I walked in on
understand.
two of them shooting each other up in the butt. Yep,
Telling you, just full of knowledge today, man.
I am.
Just full of
Yeah.
things.
Yep.
Fortunately, the court ruled that Amy's murder was premeditated, and in 1992, a now 17-year-old Jamie was found guilty of first-degree murder of Amy Carnevale.
As he should.
You did
As he
it.
should. Yeah, you did. You
You did
planned
what
it
you
too.
did.
You premeditated
Mhm.
it.
You
Yeah.
did everything. You told 2 people, you asked them to
Yeah.
come along,
Oh, yeah.
you did all of it. In a news article I found dating August 13th, 1993, Celeste Fuller, Jamie's mom, and her boyfriend, Edward Golding, were charged with conspiring to assist him with escaping from prison.
Oh, wow. What are y'all gonna do? Dig a hole?
Here we go. The plan that they came up with was to have Jamie cut himself with a razor blade, bad enough that he would need to receive outside treatment at a hospital rather than the medical care
Yeah.
of the prison.
Uh-huh.
So there, while he's receiving treatment, 2 hired gunmen by Celeste and Edward would help him escape from the hospital. That
This
was the
sounds like a solid plan. Really thought through.
plan. However, their plan quickly disintegrated when the 2 gunmen they hired were actually undercover police officers.
Would you look at that? Would you
Yes,
look at that?
yes. According to the news article, friends and neighbors of Celeste were shocked to learn about her plan, but did note that she changed significantly since Jamie's arrest and conviction. Billy Jocelyn, who knew Celeste since high school, stated the following: "She wasn't the same after they put Jamie away. Nobody ever saw her like that." So she was just devastated.
Well, I mean,
I
you
mean, I
gotta
would be
think the
devastated
public
too.
though I mean, yeah, but the public is gonna blame you. You're his mother.
That's always the first line of defense, like, "Oh,
Right.
how did you raise a killer? Da, da, da,
Exactly.
da."
So, I mean, she was dealing with that along with,
Yeah,
I'm sure, her own guilt,
yeah.
you
And it
know?
just she was just like, "I gotta get my baby out of there. We gotta break
Yeah.
him out. We gotta get him out." So,
Yeah.
yeah. In 1995, Jamie was tried again as an adult and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In 2013, the Supreme Court deemed that life sentences without the possibility of parole were not warranted for minors. This meant that Jamie could possibly be granted parole and be released from prison. His parole hearing was scheduled for February 12th, 2019. At the time, Jamie was 43 years old. However, his parole hearing was postponed indefinitely, and there hasn't been any more updates on Jamie. So we essentially have no idea if he has been granted parole or if he hasn't. It's just like, this was the date, it was canceled, the end.
Wonder why it got canceled, not rescheduled. Like,
Yeah. I'm wondering, let's see,
2000 that's
2019,
I mean,
COVID
that's
was 2020
COVID. Yeah. I mean, and
or
that might be
2020?
why, but still, why wouldn't they reschedule it?
Yeah, because it's 2024
So,
now.
like, I wonder if he did something else, like,
Mm,
while that was about to take place, and then they were
yeah.
like, "Oh, sorry, you lost your opportunity.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
well."
"You're still not good. Gotta
Yeah.
go."
Yeah.
Mhm. So, according to everything I could find, he's still currently incarcerated in the Massachusetts Correctional Institute Shirley, or MCI Shirley in Shirley, Massachusetts.
Wow.
And that is
What
the
was the name
case.
of the Lifetime movie?
Ooh. No. No. Ooh. I hold on. Hold the line, everybody.
Okay.
There's gonna be a picture of the everything. It's just gonna be. Um,
3 hours later.
it is. No one would. No one would tell.
No one would tell. Let me
No
look
one
it up.
would tell. No one.
No
Oh, they made
one
a
would tell.
remake in September 16th of 2018. Okay.
Oh, I've seen it.
What?
Yep. Yep. 'Cause that's DJ from Full House.
Oh, that is her.
Yep, I
That
remember
is
watching this.
her.
I remember watching this. This is saved on my TikTok to cover this case.
Beat you to it.
Yeah, you did.
Beat you.
Yep. I have
Yep.
seen this one. Yep.
Yeah, I have seen this one. Yep, it is. Mhm. So, yeah,
Mhm.
the more you know.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
now go
Yeah.
check it out on Lifetime if you haven't seen it.
I see the remake that came out in 2018.
Mhm.
I'm probably gonna
Or the
watch both
DJ
of them.
or the DJ version.
You know?
Gotta love DJ.
Yeah, we do.
DJ Tanner.
Mhm.
That's who that is, right?
Yeah, because DJ and because the other one was Stephanie. Stephanie was the other one,
Yeah, okay.
and that's not
That's
Stephanie,
what I
that's
thought.
DJ. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, what was the girl
Well,
across the Kimmy. She was across the street. Yeah.
Kimmy Gibbler. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you had the Olsen twins.
Yeah. Mary Kate and or
Mhm.
Ashley. Mhm.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing that to us. I've actually seen that movie. I did not put 2 and 2 together that that was that movie.
You see, I just, told it in a different way than the movie
Yeah.
showed, I guess, you
Yeah.
know?
So, well,
Yeah,
that's yeah, that's a wrap.
yeah. That's a wrap. I mean, you'll see us next week, but we'll be here tomorrow recording
Yeah.
again.
Yes.
Because we're trying to get ahead of recordings, because
Yes.
we fell a little backwards.
Yes.
So now we're getting it together.
We
But
are.
yeah, as always, the bell don't dismiss you.
We do.
So we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.